Hi, wrestling fans. Thanks for clicking today's Dreaded D. Rose report. You know, if Dixie wasn't, or if they are, trying to sell TNA, of course they deny they're not selling it. And Janice, which I think is the mother, she might be the purse strings right now, because I think she's in the accounting part, doing the bookkeeping and paying bills and things like that. And she's denying it's not for sale either. But if somebody was to walk by there with a big old blank check, bet me their ass and hat would be gone. But unless Dixie likes hanging around with big, large, sweaty guys, which in that case, Dixie, I have nothing on my plate, and I'm a hell of a lot cheaper. Hello. There's been no deal offered to Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards yet, but the signing of them is an ongoing discussion in WWE. People within the company are pushing for them to be signed, at least given more look into depth-wise. But others, don't know why, mainly Triple H is against signing them because he and others feel that WWE has signed enough indie-style wrestlers. You know those guys. They're the ones that actually do a lot of wrestling. The feeling is that they have met their quota, and it becomes, comes to that kind of a wrestler anyway. So they need to start looking for more larger-than-life, whose WWE doesn't end up with such a one-dimensional roster. They need somebody like Khali, to come out there. Anyway, we noted the other day that New Japan Pro Wrestling star Prince Devitt, he said on Twitter he was coming to WWE to look for his new members of his stable, and then posted a photoshopped photo of Punk with his partners. Well, anyway, word is that Devitt is in serious negotiation with WWE, but his tweets were done just to play around with the fans. And noted too, WWE is very interested in signing Devitt, though. All right. Oh, by the way, Paul Heyman is expected to return to Raw next Monday's show, which comes from the UK, so he's out of state, out of the country. Oh, by the way, WWE's got Susan G. Komen inspired merchandise that's available at WWE's shop website throughout the end of the year. And I'm sure some of that proceeds is going to go to the organization. According to North American Wrestling Rankings.blogspot.com, which has been keeping track of wrestlers' records since 2006, Dolph Ziggler's win over Curtis Axel on on November 4th's Raw was his 100th televised single victory. Dolph is the first wrestler to reach triple digits in both wins and losses. Well, who are those bored people to sit around and do that? Hey, I miss my guy that used to time the matches. Don't know what happened to him. He used to tell how many, other than commercials and from bell ring to bell end, how long the match was. It wasn't very much for a 3-hour show. I forgot what it averaged out at. I wish he was still around. Anyway, I don't know where he was. Probably got something else to do. Anyway, pacemaker. One WWE crew has arrived in Belfast this morning and will hold a live event there this evening at the Odyssey Arena. And we'll find, I'll have some reports on there of what happened maybe tomorrow. Anyway, the other crew will be working a live event in Columbia, South Carolina tonight before heading overseas. Chris Jericho was on the set of Howie Mandel's Deal With It show, which premieres on March on TBS. Don't know March what. Didn't know he was coming up with another show. And this, I hate seeing stuff like this. But believe me, if you're a retired wrestler, if you're a wrestler right now watching it, my gosh, save every dime you can. I mean, I know there's a lot of expenses. A lot of them are going to pay for hotel, meals, and, there's a lot of expenses. It's not just clear. Man, I had a business for years. People used to think people came in and rented movies from me, got movies. I made a ton of money, all this stuff. Or they don't know the overhead. Hacksaw Jim Duggan, WWE Hall of Famer, has launched an Indiegogo campaign to raise money for his shoulder surgery. Duggan needs around $6,500 for surgery and rehabilitation. As of today, he's raised about $600 and has about 60 days left. And some of the perks for people who donate to Duggan are you get t-shirts, phone calls, autograph, a one-night stay at Diamond Dallas Page's accountability crib. I'd rather just donate and not go to Diamond Dallas' page. He'll want to keep me there and make me lose weight. Anyway, Monday's episode of Raw scored a 217,000 plus in social media activity, down 23% from post Hell in a Cell episode. And dark match before Tuesday's WWE taping in Charlotte, North Carolina, saw NXT star Xavier Woods defeat El Loco, by the way, which is Ricardo Rodriguez under a mask. Dark main event after Tuesday's TV taping saw John Cena defeat Alberto. After the match, Cena introduced a Make-A-Wish kid from the front row before going into the crowd to celebrate with the fans and his family. Cena closed the show thanking the fans for coming. And the Orlando Sentinel has an article up looking at TNA's Impact Wrestling return to Universal Studios. It's also noted that admission will still be free for the Soundstage 19 tapings on November 21st, 22nd, and 23rd. Taping begins at 7 p.m. down south. Universal Orlando spokesman Tom Schroeder said in a release, TNA is a longtime friend of ours and we are excited about having them back, our guest. Oh, that's irritating. I don't have to change it. They're being able to attend the shows as a perfect fit for our production business. Anyway, got that out of the way. Dixie Carter also commented, the way people view television has dramatically shifted. Didn't know that. I was always kind of off to the left. So. But it's incumbent upon us to deliver a modern, revolutionized way of watching professional wrestling to our fans. Well, anyway, making Orlando University's studios our programming hub have been powerful combinations, state-of-the-art facilities, an incredible sound stage, and will make it easier for us to launch this new production-intensive initiative. Whatever that is, we will be working on Universal Studios to develop new and creative ways for park guests and fans from around the world to experience a unique TNA attraction. All right, article confirms that TNA will look to occasionally tape Impact from other cities, by the way. So they may still hit up your area. And it's also confirmed that Universal will be the primary training facility for TNA wrestling. WWE Studio 8. They're finally getting some notoriety here. And thumbs up, kudos, whatever you want to call it. WWE Studios movie The Call has been nominated for a People's Choice Award for Favorite Thriller Movie. Actress Halle Berry also received a Favorite Dramatic Movie Actress nomination for a role in the film. On a related note, The Rock's Fast 6 has been nominated for Favorite Action Movie and Favorite Movie. And Favorite Illegal Download also. WWE has suffered a setback in a lawsuit they filed in India against Rashima Collection for allegedly infringing on copyright and trademarks by using the WWE's scratch logo and talent names on merchandise and apparel. Well, anyway, the Delhi High Court ruled that WWE could not file the case in Delhi because they have no office, no exclusive agent in the city. WWE argued that the lawsuit was valid because their programming airs in Delhi. Merchandise is sold in Delhi, and Delhi residents can purchase merchandise from their website and have it shipped there. And it's reported on Saturday that TNA has officially severed ties with its developmental promotion, Ohio Valley Wrestling, in an effort to cut costs. PWI Insider is reportedly today said that the contracted wrestlers stationed in Louisville, Kentucky, have been directed to move to Orlando, Florida, where Impact Wrestling would be filmed regularly on forward. And ShopTNA.com has released new shirts on AJ Styles and Sting, Chris Sabin, Gunner, James Storms, Ethan Carter III, and Kenny King. A lot of great people have been trained down there at OVW, but right now I think they just need to keep the boat floating. Former TNA World Heavyweight Champion is scheduled for a Thursday episode return. TNA Wrestling President Dixie Carter said in this hashtag Impact 365 video, that she received a phone call from a former world title holder this morning, and that individual will be on hand for Thursday's show in Cincinnati, Ohio. Any guesses? He's one of the greatest of all time, said Carter. I cannot wait to welcome him home. Stay tuned. Who is it? Take a stab at it. Triple H Stephanie's confrontation with Big Show failed to entice good numbers for fans as the viewership continually dropped during the show. They don't get the hint of it. We're tired of seeing Big Show put down. Sometimes you got to just stop with that run and let's start in another direction. Let's have Big Show start running after your ass. Monday's episode drew about 3.8 million viewers, according to ZepToIt.com. This is down from 4.1 the week before, which was coming out of Hell in a Cell. Raw viewership peaked during the first hour, drawing 4.69 million. The second hour drew about 3.9.5 million, and then before plunging, it says plunging, 3.6 million in the third hour. And the final hour confrontation between the power couple and the world's largest athlete. We're tired of it. Anyway, final rating will be out later today. The official website has published a photo gallery featuring quotes from diva AJ Lee proclaiming her love for the butterfly belt. Do we really need to read that? Happy birthday to former Ring of Honor and CZW Tag Team Champion Johnny Kashmere, 35 years old today, one-time WWF Intercontinental Champion Ken Patera, 71, former TNA, IWGP, and GHC Tag Team Champion Magnus, 27. And on this day in 2003, man, I can't believe it was that long ago, Wrestling World lost former WWE Tag European Light Heavyweight Champion, Hardcore Champion, Mike Lockwood, Crash Holly, at just the age of 32 years old. After being released from WWE, he was still active on the California indie wrestling scene when he was found dead of an intentional overdose at his friend Steven Richards' home. A deep depression stemming from the downfall of his wrestling career and an impending divorce were cited as the causes of the suicide. In 2005's ECW One Night Stand, Lockwood was honored as one of the deceased former ECW wrestlers. Thanks for clicking, you guys. I gotta go.